Julie Wooden actually came to one of my college classes and talked about access and services. And there was something about what she said that kind of clicked with me. And it caused me to think a lot about like life leading up to that point and gave me some definition for things that had happened in my life that I wasn't aware of. And it just got me more interested. And so I became an intern. And I did shelter work as an intern. And so as my internship was getting over, as I was getting ready to graduate from Iowa State, the shelter coordinator was leaving and she was moving to Iowa City. And so because I had been working with her, I knew what was involved. And so I applied for the position and that was it. One of the things that sticks out most for me, too, is that from the first day I started there till I left, I had more than one woman, but one in particular that I had been in contact with that entire time. And when I first started, it was, very intensive. Like, she was in shelter for a long time with their children. Her husband was kind of ran the gamut on the tactics he used of abuse, and her coming into shelter, and over that time she left him and they stayed separated, and they were, she got into housing and things were looking up. And I was thinking like, yeah, this is what advocacy's about. Like, I got her here, but there was so much underlying stuff that still need to be dealt with, that it was just kind of a continual ups and downs. And so I would see her throughout the entire 5 years I was there. And then, I would hear things, I would see her name, and, almost 20 years later, I think one of the things that is just so disheartening is that life didn't get better for her. Like, I thought that advocating for her and her getting into housing, like, that was just going to be it. I was going to say the right thing and everything was going to be okay. And it's like 20 years later, she's in a really, really bad place. And so it makes me think back to that taking on is that, like, advocacy is bigger than one person and one person's ability. And that the essential piece of understanding what people see as success in their life is so vitally important for the client, but also for yourself, because it actually takes pressure off of you because it isn't yours to solve. And that takes years to learn. As an advocate, I don't necessarily know anything more than you. I'm there beside you. And like, is there anything that I can do to support, lift up, enhance what you're experiencing right now and what you've identified for you to move forward? And that's not for me to decide.